Hello again, Bill Pfeiffer speaking from Marysfield. So good to be with you. Each time we get together, I try very hard to make sure that you receive something that is worth your time, something that will touch your head, something that will touch your heart. Yesterday we spent a lot more than the 5 minutes, but almost 20 or a little more than that, talking about the current debate that's raging in this country about Mr. Biden and whether it be Catholic and so on. So you might want to look at that particular podcast and maybe share it with others. There's some things in there that we do know. I, as you all know, I'm a Catholic priest for 58 years. I'm married for 45. I've got all kinds of qualifications that allow me to be able to speak with some kind of authority, and you might want to check that out. Today, just a couple of stories that are nice for the heart. In ancient times, a king had a boulder placed on a roadway. Then he hid himself and watched to see if anyone would remove the huge rock. Some of the king's wealthiest merchants and courtiers came by and simply walked by it. Many loudly blamed the king for not keeping the roads clear, but none did anything about getting the stone out of the way. Then a peasant came along carrying a load of vegetables. Upon approaching the boulder, the peasant laid down his burden and tried to move the stone to the side of the road. After much pushing and straining, he finally succeeded. After the peasant picked up the load of vegetables, he noticed a purse lying in the road where the boulder had been. The purse contained many gold coins and a note from the king indicating that the gold was for the person who removed the boulder from the roadway. The peasant learned that a story and a message that many of us never seem to learn or understand, that every obstacle presents an opportunity to improve our condition. A good message, isn't it? A simple message, one that just simply says, when there's an obstacle, pick it up and move on. That can be the first note in a new symphony, a new story in your life, and don't allow it to drag you down and cause you to be upset or tense or to be someone else other than you are. You know, Jesus said, "Come to me, take up your cross, and follow me." And all of those things become gold when you allow them to become gold. Otherwise, they just become a terrible obstacle. Last Sunday was Father's Day, and I really wanted to share this. Is from General Douglas MacArthur. When things were very dark during the desperate early years of the Pacific War, General MacArthur wrote the following prayer and sent it to his son, Arthur. In later years, the family oftentimes repeated this prayer as a part of their early morning devotions. General MacArthur wrote, "Build me a son, O Lord, who will be strong enough to know when he is weak and brave enough to face himself when he is afraid. One who will be proud and unbending in honest defeat and humble and gentle in victory. Build me a son whose wishes will not take the place of deeds, a son who will know you, and that to know himself is the foundation stone of knowledge. Lead him, I pray, not in the path of ease and comfort, but under the stress and spur of difficulties and challenge. Here let him learn to stand up in the storm. Here let him learn compassion for those who fail. Build me a son whose heart will be clear, whose goal will be high, a son who will master himself before he seeks to master other men, one who will reach into the future, yet never forget the past. And after all these things are his, add, I pray, enough of a sense of humor, so that he may always be serious, yet never take himself too seriously. Give him humility, so that he may have the simplicity of true greatness, the open mind of true wisdom, and the meekness of true strength. This I, his father, will dare to whisper at that point, having said all of this and brought all of this to fruition, I have not lived in vain. Beautiful, beautiful words from General Douglas MacArthur that I am sure his son appreciated and read over and over. And and hopefully we'll touch the hearts of some of you today. Again, happiness tomorrow always truly depends on doing the truth today. People like Douglas MacArthur knew that very well and clearly, and it has to happen in our culture as well. God bless you. You're in my thoughts and prayers always.